Hello, this is Treya, and welcome to the Real Estate Apostle channel, where I'm passionate about helping middle-aged adults like myself overcome the fear of leaving behind your six-figure job to start a business. And the business that I'm talking about is Turo. I'm excited about the Turo platform. Turo is a platform where it allows you to share rides, share your car on a ride-sharing platform, and start a business like a car rental company. And it allows just the average Joe, the average person, to have a rental car company. Just the average Joe, the average person to. Of course, you guys are bearing with me now since I'm just kind of getting started here. I had to go do that over there, so please excuse the echo. I'm excited because today I want to talk about when your claim gets denied. I was not yesterday. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Wow. I did a live yesterday where I was talking about reacting to this one new Turo host who had a claim denied, and the thing that happened with him. So I was just a coincidence that several hours later I received an email, and same person I told you guys about the guest who smoked in a car, and so they denied the claim. And the sad thing is that the new guest who was in the car had actually sent me a message, being very gracious and all that, but wanted to mention that the car had a smoke smell. So I copy pasted that and sent it back to the Turo people, since how else are you supposed to prove a smell? Like, they literally said, like, I didn't have any pictures of any cigarette butts and cigarette ashes and et cetera, and that the one pic that I did send in of the actual burn that was in the driver's side floor mat, that I didn't have a clear enough picture before the trip to prove that the burn came from the first guest who ever rented my new car. So anyway, that's how that went. So I was just a little disappointed with that. I'd like to thank y'all for showing up here, and welcome to the show here. I'm flash something on there. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And look else what I got here. I'm gonna show that a little bit later. So today that's what I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna show y'all the email, and we're gonna kind of look at it to see some of the things that you can avoid if you're going to be a new tour host. Because I'm not going to lie, when I read that and knew that I was just going to have to kind of bend over and take it, I was a little disappointed and felt a little. I felt discouraged. I was upset because I felt embarrassed that my new guest is complaining of smoke, and like that. I didn't want that messing up my reputation. I have 5 stars, and people really respect and like how I keep the cars clean and all that stuff. So this one guest who rent for 2 days and smoke and makeup, hands all over the stuff that obviously didn't appreciate somebody else's property. And some guests are going to be like that. Like I've told y'all that before, that some of these guests is what they do. They don't care. For now, the good guests, and this was the one trip that I had for the longest time. This person had rented the car for 5 weeks. To date was my longest trip. I was embarrassed that I wasn't successful in getting the odor out, although I used the ozone spray and the ozone machine. If y'all notice over here in the chat, I've dropped the link. So if anybody wants to come up here and ask some questions, or just shout yourself out, or your channel, something like that, more than welcome to do that. And also I'm here to I'm here to have some fun and really take the fear out, or help take the fear out of the things that happen when we don't plan for these businesses. The reason why they say most of these small businesses fail within the first 2 years is because we are not prepared. And when the thing happens, because adversities are going to happen, things are going to happen. If you're not prepared for it, could really be devastating to you. So that's why it's good to know as much as possible. And the sad thing was, like, the one guy, the video was from 3 years ago. So that means 3 years ago, he was doing this Turo thing, and not much has changed as far as customer service or support for the host. And that's why I think that it's important that we, put this stuff out. Those of us that are hosts, to give our testimony, and to help, so you're not disillusioned and jump off into this and put your new Mercedes Benz on there and get it scratched and scuffed up, and have to eat the cost because you didn't follow all of the rules that you really didn't know about. Because how many of us really read, like, when you have these terms? And I'm not saying that of course you should read all this stuff and that, but for the most part, I know I'm not the only one that don't read the whole 3 pages in the fine print and all that stuff, and just kind of sign and put your initials and all that good stuff, and have done that in the past. So don't feel bad if that's something that you've done. Just know that you can always work yourself out of anything. So I do have this here link, and this what else I have to offer is I'm going to show y'all the sad email that I received from Turo, and how I felt about it. And it was really actually, I really didn't care, because I'm just going to say this real quick, and then I'll go find that email, because I'm going to say I was running a little bit behind. So my focus and the things that I was going to pull up and show you guys, it's not ready, but you guys, I'll talk while I'm looking for it. But I wanted to say that what I wanted to say was that, excuse me, that it's very hard on your self-esteem when you're trying to start the business and things aren't working your way, and that you are guilty of not, like, doing all of the research. You don't know 100%. And when things fail, it's hard for you to maybe push forward to just be the person that actually paved the way. So I just want to encourage people, all of us, like, to combine these things. Like, I want to use this guy as an example, because he really had two combinations for a niche, where he had a YouTube channel, which I've said before in the past could be a nice little stream of income, and also the Turo business, which can also be a nice stream of income. He just really went about it a slow way, instead of pushing forward when the thing happens. Some of us, we are kind of trained to pull back. So example was when I had the accident, instead of pulling back, I just pushed forward and actually jumped off in there and did more, which I think is going to be very beneficial, because I'm going to be able to write a lot of this stuff off. The depreciation, there's always something available. So never, like, really put yourself down or be upset with however it is that you figured out, because it's up to you to figure it out. And you are the only one who can figure it out for yourself. So I want to go ahead and, where's my email at, so I can pull this up and show you how how they insulted me. Here we go. Turo support. Okay, one moment. Stand by while I share the screen. And we are standing by in 5. Here we go. All right. So after the first day had already gave me the cold shoulder. So what I did was I screenshot the message from my guest, which says, "Hello, Tiajuana. I hope you had a wonderful day. Thank you again so much for staying up so late for me last night. I really appreciate it. Just wanted to touch bases to let you know the 𝐥𝐤𝐤 is driving really well, excuse me. What a fun car to drive. I did also want to give you just a super friendly heads up that I'm getting a very faint hint of cigarette smoke in the vehicle. I'm getting a very faint hint of cigarette smoke in the vehicle. I know you had mentioned this is a new listing, and I'm not sure if perhaps you had a previous driver who was a smoker. But I just wanted to be forthcoming from the beginning with my observation, so when I return the vehicle to you and there is still a slight hint of smoke lingering around, I don't want you to make the presumption it was me smoking while renting your vehicle. How wonderful. How wonderful. How wonderful that the guest, this guest would say something and do something like that. But here to me, there's the proof. But Turo is saying in their email that, they need cigarette butts. They need cigarette butts, matches, and ashes and all that stuff. And who leaves cigarette butts? Like, really? Like, how can you prove a smell? So to me, I don't know. It's like, how do you prove there's a smell in there? I don't know. If anybody knows a way or something like that, I don't know. That was one thing that was extremely frustrating for me, because it's just, I'm sorry, y'all seen these rings. It just shows that the Turo really, like I said yesterday, they don't really give a hoot about the host. They don't care. They don't care about the host, and they're gonna, support these guests. Like, they don't care. They don't care. I was a little disappointed, to find that out. But when you wrap it all up, just like I said before, you can't be emotionally attached to these cars. You can't take this thing personal. This is a business, and you can write that off at the end of the year. And it was a lesson for me that, I was able to get a lot of the smoke out, but I should have maybe ran the ozone machine, more than once. So that was my first time using it. And I was amazed at how, it did. I felt like it had took the smell away. But if y'all remember, I did say that my nose is a little, it's kind of, it's been around the block a lot, so it's not as sensitive. So maybe I didn't, and somebody else was able to tell that it did smell like smoke. But to me, I felt like that should be proof enough to Turo, just let them know, like, y'all could be, marring my business with the reputation of a smoker car and stuff. Or, I'm not happy about that. But anyway, that's how that went down. And so I just wanted to say that, and to show you that the difference. Sometimes you have like a feeling about these guests, but you can't go on these feelings, can't be emotional, and you have to just go and follow on through with it. And here's another email from Turo saying some cha-ching. Again, like I said, the payments come in immediately after the trips are done. So I'm still excited about Turo, and I want to keep the platform out here to be able to help the people to, shed the light on the stuff, so you don't get distracted and pulled into, wrong stuff. Okay, so there is a slight delay here. And again, I do apologize for really coming in this way, because I've been working today, y'all. I've been working really hard, and the growth, it's all kind of happened pretty quick, and I really wasn't prepared for it. Excuse me. I wasn't prepared for it, so I kind of made a job for myself. Like this morning, I had 2 cars to come back, and I'm just, turning these cars over. I'm doing the work myself, and I'm trying to keep my obligation here with YouTube to, because I know folks is interested, and I want to, keep sharing and helping. But it's difficult because I'm needing to, I feel like I'm ready. I can't scale this. Like, I'm getting to the thoughts of, having a business and being an entrepreneur. Like, you having the business that you're working in, sometimes you just may have just created a job for yourself. So for me, I felt like I needed to at least do that for step one to help me to overcome the fear and the anxiety that I was, thinking I was feeling back when I first started this. So, like I said before, this really is a whole mindset game to be able to be successful in this. So I'm grateful that I am, now aware of how mindset really plays a big point on a big huge factor in the whole thing. So that is rule number one, is having that mindset and having the faith and the belief that you are able to do this, and you're got everything inside of you to be able to do it too. And when the adversities come, get excited about it, because these are ways to be able to exercise exercise your faith and to really your mind, because you'll be amazed that when you start thinking like an entrepreneur, you'll be able to figure out solutions and all kind of things for stuff like the accident. Instead of feeling like, oh, this is bad, it was immediately I was thinking like, oh, this means I need to get more cars, because look at this demand. I got on the car sync and saw that the demand is constantly going up. Like, yesterday it was like 67%, 68%. And the demand keeps going up, and like I'm out of cars. So it just keeps encouraging me that, it's an opportunity, because it's still, even though it's a few years old, this Turo, it's still new. It's still fairly new. And the more people that actually find out about it and go through it and rent a car on it and see how easy it is, it's going to just continue to grow. It's going to continue to grow. And I'm just excited about it. And I want to be able to show people that, this, even if you are working hard for yourself, it's still a lot easier. Like I was able to stop, with the cars and come in here, take a little break and put up a video, for you guys, because I am still my own boss, and I could, I can work around whatever it is that I got to do and stuff like that. So for me, I feel like that's a cool little trade. I'd rather do that than to be obligated to, do what the boss tells you to do. Working for somebody when you work for somebody. So working for yourself does have advantages. However, I really think that the goal is to be, more of CEO type and having other people to do things. But in the beginning, if you're trying to rescue yourself from it, it's gonna have to be you, and you have to be willing to do, some mediocre work, and to get the ball rolling. So like, and for me, since I was like, just doing this on my own, I was like literally taking care of everything around the house. I was taking care of the pool, because I was taking care of the yard up until last week when I did go ahead and hire that out. But I was I was cutting the grass. I was doing all that stuff, because I wasn't working, and I was trying to cut down the expenses and, kind of tighten my belt up a little bit to give my business a chance to grow. And, it worked out pretty good to where now that things is growing, I could, feel a little comfortable to hire out some of these tasks to free myself, because I've got a pretty big yard, for me anyway. And, that's an hour or 2 hours of, like 2 to 3 hours. It's some hours. It's hours of work, me doing physical work, when I could be, using this and doing some other things and like growing the business and stuff. So that helped. And, so next I want to hire somebody to help clean these cars. But the big fear for me is that they're not going to clean them as good as me, and I'll get anyway, I know I need to let go of that and just, accept whatever the folks are going to do. But because I don't want to, I'm already getting bored with it. Like, it was fun and exciting in the beginning. Like now I'm like, oh my goodness, these cars are coming back too fast. Oh, you mean I gotta watch this one too? Oh, so I think I might be looking to hire out some assistance for some things. Like that's really time consuming too, because I do put a lot of time into hand washing these cars and keep them looking spotless and new. So yeah, that's one thing that I find exciting about being my own boss. All right, so I didn't listen to the algorithm today when it told me I should have done this live at 8 a.m. because I was, like I said, I was working in a business. I had a pickup to come back at 8, and another one come back at 10, and then I'm doing things like that. So I didn't have time to do a live at 8, and that's why this is kind of on the dry side, but I'm going to go ahead and probably say goodbye. No, I know I want to do something else because I've got some new things here. I'm going to post this. I got some banners. I got a new banner. The Cash App. I got that down there for anybody who is excited to that could go towards the help get somebody to help wash these cars for me so I can come in here and give y'all some more content and spend more time with y'all. I can use that to for my car washing fund, and that'll free me up to have more time to come in here and hop on these lives and spend some time with you all. So that's my new thing there. And for now, just gonna say have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys Wednesday. I'm gonna say Wednesday. I'm gonna do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for this for the weeks. And I do have some clips I'm gonna put together and put up a VOD on some of the all of the hectic week that I had last week. So I got some clips on there, and I'll give some tips too on mindset too, because I think it was still very enlightening to see that one guy. Like I said, I saw some deep emotions in him. Like at one point, it looked like he was trying to really hold back some tears when it was he grasped the idea that he kind of did it to himself by having these little side deal with these people for $120. Anyway, if y'all didn't know what I'm talking about, you go ahead and watch yesterday's video and get caught up. But for now, I'm going to say thanks so much. And if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe and tune in at a later time. Love y'all. See ya. Peace and love.